you have a 2007 through 2013 Silverado 1500 and you're looking to seriously beef up that front end, whether it's for rugged trail use or added protection on the work site, or you just need a little bit more aggressive look, this Barricade Extreme HD modular front bumper is going to check all of those boxes. It's got a bold, angular design, customizable potential, and most importantly, it offers real protection over your factory bumper setup. The standout feature here has got to be the modular design, which really gives you a lot of flexibility. This bumper is designed to work with a few additional options and add-ons, including winch plates, different grille guards, or bull bars. So you can tailor it to fit your truck's look and function, whether you're after something that's trail ready and an off-road build, or just something that's subtle but still has a tough look to it. This bumper also includes daytime running lights down there in the corners, and those LED daytime running lights simply splice right into your truck's existing factory headlight harness, and the LEDs are gonna automatically activate whenever you turn on your running lights. That gives you a clean, factory-style integration of extra lighting without any extra modifications after you add on the bumper. On top of that, you've got full width coverage and some raised ends with a nice angle. So if you're off-roading and you're gonna be getting into those rocks and stumps, this is gonna give you a far better approach angle than that flat, traditional bumper. This bumper is constructed from heavy-duty steel, and Barricade uses a high-strength, modular, three-piece design that helps with both durability and ease of installation. Each section is made from thick steel plating, so it can handle a serious beating if it needs to. It's finished in this nice texture black powder coat that adds a nice corrosion resistance and gives the whole setup a rugged, tactical look. That finish is going to help with chipping and rust over time, even in the rough weather or tough off-road conditions. And since it's a modular design, it's a bit easier to manage and install compared to a massive one-piece bumper. As far as the pricing goes on this, it's coming in that low $600 price range. That puts it right at the middle of the road for heavy-duty aftermarket bumpers. You're not going to be at the very top of the price range, and you're getting a pretty good deal for the real protection and functionality that this bumper offers. Installation is nice and straightforward, so we're rating this a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can have this installed in 2 hours of your time. It's a complete bolt-on upgrade that's going to reuse the factory mounting points, so no drilling or cutting should be required to get this on. Now let's see exactly how it goes on with an install video from one of our AmericanTrucks customers.
These are all the tools that we will require to have to be able to do this project.
You will need a 21 millimeter deep socket, 18 millimeter, 17, 16, 15, 13, and a 10 millimeter, along with a couple of extensions. As I stated earlier, in some cases a stubby wrench is a better way to go, but if you have a standard 18 millimeter wrench will be fine. You just may have to find a certain angle to get on the nut. You also need a 17 millimeter, 16 millimeter, and 10 millimeter wrench. They do supply you with an Allen key. It's optional on you if you want to pop the clips or if you just want to pull out on your grill and take the chance of breaking the clips. And then you will definitely need a clip popper or a flathead screwdriver to pop the clips for the top panel above the grill. I did use an impact, which you don't have to have. You can use a ratchet on everything that you do, and wrenches. So if you do have an impact, it'll definitely make life a little bit easier, a little bit quicker, but these are all the tools that you will need to install this bumper. Hi, my name is Steve. I'm an American Truck customer, and I am doing a video today on the Barricade front bumper MD1 for 07 to 2013 Chevy Silverados. First thing you want to do is pop the hood. Get your hood open. And we are going to remove the top plastic cover here, which has 8 clips, 4 on each side. Best thing for this would be a clip popper or even a flathead screwdriver will work to get that. It'll be a little bit easier with a clip popper if you have that. pop all 8 clips out. Simply just pick up your, always make sure that you do everything in the reverse way that you take it off. So I always like to do everything in order with my parts. Next, we're going to take out 4 10mm bolts that go straight across, 2 on each side of the grill. You can do this with a ratcheting wrench, a ratchet, and a 10mm socket, or if you have an electric wrench. Okay, in some cases, you can just grab the grill and yank it out, but sometimes with an older truck, you might have some clips that are a little bit stubborn on the inside. The clips, here, here, and then you have another one over here, and then on the other side. I like to take a pair of needle nose or some sort of pliers, and just to be safe, or you can rip them out, pull out on the grill, start from the outer edge, push in. While you're pulling out, you can be stubborn. One on the top, this side's released, make sure it stays out, move to the other side. Yep. Move your grill to the side. That's simple. Okay, next we are going to be moving on to removing the front bumper. Very simple process. If you have a creeper, which would definitely be a lot easier for you. If not, it's not too hard to get underneath and access the bolts that you need to get. We do have 2 21mm located here in the front that we're going to want to take out, a ratchet, and a 21mm with an extension or an impact is what I'm going to be using today. You can use 3/8 or a 1/2 inch drive. Then next will be underneath the truck, which is going to be a 15mm bolt with a 18mm wrench, non-ratcheting wrench or open-end wrench to get to the back side of it. I'll show you that here in just a second. Next, you're going to want a 15mm ratchet, 15mm socket with a ratchet, and an 18mm stubby preferably would make the life a lot easier. If you just have a standard 18mm box end or open end wrench, that'll work too. You just may have to go at a different angle, but a stubby will definitely make life a little bit easier. Having to grab the back 18mm nuts. I'm going to show you now how to release the corners on the bumper, so that way we can go ahead and remove it from the truck. Alright, you got your 15mm going to be on the outside, then on the inside is your 18mm nut. Put your box in on there. After it's so loose, the nut should just spin right off, like so. And then we will move over to the driver's side. The reason why you want to use a ratchet in this case is because you have your windshield wiper reservoir in the way. Unless you have a swivel socket on it with an impact would be fine. But just get your 18mm on the back, 15mm on the front. Just get it loose enough we can spin that right off. Just like that. Right now your bumper is just hanging, so you do want to possibly put something there to hold it up, or have somebody hold it for you while you're doing this. Alright, so your next step is just going to be to yank the bumper right off. It does sit on there, but to be safe, it is best to probably have something underneath holding it. But as you can see, it is pretty loose, so it could fall on you, or have somebody hold it for you while you're releasing it. So grab the middle. Just that simple. Set the bumper off to the side. All right, so your next step is going to be to remove the bumper brackets here, which are secured by a double stud. You have two 21 millimeter nuts. It's a double stud bracket that holds your bumper bracket in place. So you want a deep socket, 21 millimeter. It's always best with an impact wrench if you have it. If not, a ratchet will work, or even a ratcheting wrench. Pull that out. That's what it looks like. It'll stay for a second. I like to always put my hardware right back together. This will be reused later on when we start installing the MD1 front bumper. Take it out. And these will slide right off. Hardware together, ready to use later on. Next, you're going to want to remove the brackets that support the corner of the original bumper, which has two 15 millimeter bolts in the back, two welded nuts in the front of it. So a ratchet would work. If you can get an impact on, make your life a lot easier. Let's get right on it. Just that simple. Then we'll move over to the driver's side and repeat the same steps. Just that simple. This here is the MD1 front bumper for the 07 to 2013 Chevy Silverados. As you can see, they have the wings here with LED strips in them. These actually will fold out. I really like that a lot. First thing you're going to do, you're going to pull those wings out, of course. But as you can see in the back, there are spots that will line up here, and you want to hand tighten those. You do not want to tighten them all the way until you get the bumper open. So there's 4 bolts total, 2 on each side, 2 here, and then 2 here. Do one side at a time. So for the 4 bolts that you will need, 2 on each side will be the ones without the nuts. They do come with a lock washer and a regular washer on all 4. These are 16 millimeter socket bolts, okay? You're going to want to come around. You may have to wiggle it slightly, get it threaded in. Hand tighten as much as you can, but do not tighten them down. Then we're going to move over to the other side. There are 2 nuts, 16 millimeter. Okay, so you just want to get them lined up. Like I said, you'll have to wiggle the wing. A little bit easier. And get them started. Make sure you don't cross thread them. Take time, hand tighten them. Simple as that. Then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so next we're going to be putting on the top fill panel. It's going to be this piece right here. It does come with 3 6 millimeter combo bolts, and they also do include the Allen key in the hardware when you receive the bumper. As you can see, we're just going to show a total of 13 of the 6 millimeter combo bolts. 10 of those are going to come with a 10 millimeter nut. The bottom of your top fill panel has 3 welded nuts. So they're already pre-threaded. You do need the Allen key. So we'll grab those. Very simply, just slide, line up your holes, get them started. Go ahead and push it in and start tightening. Good and tight. One more. Make sure you snug it. And then we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so next is going to be putting on the mesh plates. We have a center and then 2 outer mesh plates. I got the hardware all ready to go. It does include, which is already on there, block washer, your regular washer, and a 10mm nut. You will need your Allen key to tighten everything down. And this is the best time to go ahead and put it on before you actually put the bumper onto the truck. Makes it much easier than doing it underneath the truck. So we'll start with the center. And just like with the top fill panel, I'm just going to want to set this right in there. The good thing is it sets easily. Line up your holes. Now the bottom, or the topper part, you're going to need an open end 10mm wrench. Basically, you're going to want to push your 10mm nut, line it up, line it up, and just get it started. Try to get it as tight as you can, but you want to be able to adjust it. You don't want to tighten it all the way until you get everything in. I like to start with the hardest part myself. So we'll get the bottoms knocked out real quick. Line up your nut with the hole. Tighten, but leave enough to where you can adjust back and forth until you get your corner pieces in. Some people like to use a flathead screwdriver with a piece of tape. If you can get your finger in there, you can see the hole line up on the nut. And get your combo bolt. Get it tight, but where you can adjust. Go ahead and knock out the top 3. Pushing through. One more for the center. Right through. Make sure you can adjust it back and forth. Now we'll put the 2 corners in. The corners only have 2 on each side with the combo bolts. So simply just set it right in. Line up with your hole. Start with the bottom. And this is where you want to adjust and make sure that they're flush. Drop the top in. You want those to be flush. Grab the other one. I do love how they set right in place, lined up with the hole. Line your 10mm up. Combo bolt. Good. As you see, the center will adjust And you're wanting those to be completely flush. Just like so. Now you can start tightening them down with your Allen key and your 10 millimeter. Let's start center here. Unfortunately, you will have to use an open end for the bottom. Good and tight. Okay, and we will do the other bottom on the other corner. Make sure everything's nice and lined up. Okay, so next we're just gonna tighten the top row all the way across. Just take your Allen key, and like I said, you can get a ratcheting wrench for this part. Just get your Allen key in place. Nice and snug. And we're just going to work our way straight across. Nice and smooth. That is done. Next, we're going to go ahead and start putting on our bumper support brackets, so that way we can start installing that onto the truck. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and install our bumper mounting brackets. We are going to just hand tighten them right now until we get the bumper on the truck. Now you do want your bolts to face the wing. Washer. And then your lock washer. Get your nut started. This will hold the bracket. Grab your other hardware. Washer, lock washer. Leave them loose so we can make all adjustments while the vehicle's on the truck. Grab the passenger side bracket. And we're going to go ahead and put our passenger side on now. Make sure your bracket is facing down. The bolt is going to face the wing. Washer, and then lock washer, and then nut. Hold it in place. Grab your other hardware. One more. As you can see, like I said, they are slotted so that way you can make any adjustments you need to once the brackets are placed on the truck. And that's why we'll be using the old hardware double-plated bolt bracket and 21mm nut. Okay, next we're going to be installing the front license plate bracket. You're going to need your 6mm combo bolt and Comes with the only two 10mm nylon nuts. It also has two washers, flat washers, and a lock washer. Make sure that your squares, of course, are pointed in the right direction when you install this. And you're going to line up your holes. Get your combo bolt in. Hold it in place while you get your flat washer, lock washer, nylon bolt or nut. Let's get it started. Start on the other side. Flat washer, lock washer, nylon nut. You're gonna need your Allen key and an open end wrench so it doesn't get stuck. You do not want to use a ratcheting wrench because it will get stuck. Nice and snug. Make sure you're nice and lined up. Start on the other side. Get nice and tight. Tighten up the other side just to be safe. And you're done with that part. What we're going to do, carefully flip this down. You see your two front squares there. Just simply pop that right in. Now we'll be installing the bumper onto the vehicle. Also, you will want to snug down, but not tighten all the way, your wings. You're going to want a 16mm wrench and then a 17mm socket ratchet. Just tighten them down where they're snug, holding the corners or the wings in place. But do not tighten all the way. Nice and snug, and then repeat on the other side. After getting everything all together, you can see the side-by-side comparison, which is a huge difference. Very, very attractive bumper with the LED lights on the corner, and it just blows away the original. This is very heavy-duty front bumper, very heavy, just to take out of the package. So this is steel with a powder coat. Very nice looking bumper, and I think it's gonna look real good on the truck. I'm very excited to see what it looks like after we're done. Okay, and for this next step, you're definitely gonna need some assistance. This is my wife. She's gonna help me lift this heavy steel bumper and get it situated on the front of the truck. Have your hardware ready. Make sure your plates are on the outside. Line up your holes. Over here. Underneath, line your holes. And it should hold it right in place. Then we need to go ahead and install our tow hook hardware, which will help level the bottom. Make sure you do put your washer and lock washer. Go ahead and get your 21 millimeter nuts on. And then over on the driver's side, repeat the same step. Your washer, your lock washer, and that. And the two 21 millimeter nuts. Get your 21 millimeter deep impact. Go ahead and tighten. Both sides. And then you want to tighten down the bottom toe hook bolts. And that's 18 millimeter. You want a wrench on the other side and a deep socket 18. Next we'll be putting on the grill and getting ready to start running our harness. Next, you do want to tighten down the 6 17 millimeter nuts and bolts that are to the bumper brackets. You want to get it leveled, which I've already done. But if you come over to this side here, there are 3 on each side, nuts and bolts. It's much easier with a stubby and a smaller ratchet. Your bumper is really level. At the very bottom. That'll be easier to switch this way. Okay, for your next step, once you have your new MD1 front bumper installed and all your hardware tight, you want to make sure everything is completely secure. And periodically, you will want to check your hardware after driving the vehicle to make sure your bumper is secure. Next, we will be running the wiring harness for our LEDs here on the corner. The wires do hang down on both ends. This is the long wiring harness that is included in the hardware, which has its relay with a bracket on it. We've already located where we're going to install this relay. You have your positive and negatives for your battery, which will go onto the small part of the terminals on the battery. Now, right on the side of the battery here, there's going to be a 10 millimeter stud with a 10 millimeter nut on a stud that we can access, and it'll fit just perfect for to hold it secure right next to the battery where it's going to be hooked up already. And the instructions it does say that you should drill a hole through the firewall. Some people don't like that, and that's not the way we're going to go today. As you can see, if you open the door, there is an access straight through. You will be able to see the light. That's where we're going to run our wire after we secure our relay right next to the battery. Once that runs through, there is a boot you can run the harness through, and then simply just pull the sticker tab off your switch for the LED lights. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and get your relay over the stud with the 10 millimeter nut back on, which we've already done. Nice and secure. Now we're going to pass through our, for our harness to the switch through the door. If you have something you can push it through, may make it easier. If you're doing it by yourself, if you have somebody that can help you, and your arms are small enough, you could probably reach through. My wife's going to help me, and we will show you how easy it is just to pass it right through the door here. Just make sure that you do keep your hand, because you do not want that getting ripped. Got it? All right. You just pull it right through. Keep pulling. Keep pulling right there. Just like that. Now there's a grommet right there we can run our wire through. And if you reach on the inside, you will find a clip. You can push, and this will pop right out. A very simple process. Okay, so now once you have your switch harness pushed through, the best way to run this is actually going to be through your harness hole here. Now you want to peel back the rubber on the clip here, run it through that plastic, grab it on the other side, which is very easy access. As you can see, there's a little area right here. Then you just take your rubber right back over the plastic, and this will be tucked away. Will not damage the wire. It can be a little tough getting the rubber back on, but it's not too bad at all. But just get it in between the groove and get your rubber back onto the plastic, pop back into place. Okay, so after you are done running it through the plastic, you'll have to get your boot back onto the plastic. Very slight struggle, but there is a notch in there for the wire. As you can see, you can't even see a wire. It's completely safe, tucked in. It won't get pinched by the door or anything. So at this point, you can go ahead and plug your switch back in. And what you're going to want to do, which gives you plenty of length, you're going to tuck it underneath the floorboard. Straight across to where you want it. And I'm going to want to position this to where I have full access to the button on the driver's side, right next to the light switch. Pull back. Just tuck it all the way across, nice and neat. Until you get to the other side. And I'll meet you on the other side. Now once you have everything routed underneath your floorboard, running it up through steering, that's where I want it. You can put it in the center, and as you can see, I am missing some panels here. I'm in the middle of a project, so I do want it right next to my light switch, so that way I have full access and know where everything's at, and it's all nice and neat together. I'm going to go ahead, little sticker, right there. See, it sticks real nicely. Now we will move on to running the rest of the wires to our LED corners and hooking up our battery terminals. So for your last final steps, running the wiring harness for your LED lights, we have our positive and negative wires ready to hook up to the battery, and we have our connectors ready to be routed through the bumper. They do provide you with 10 zip ties, so you can try to run it as discreetly as possible. The easiest way I found so far would be to run it through past the air box. Just like so. As you can see, I already have my connectors ready. Now once you get these where you want them to go, you can zip tie them however is best and most convenient for you. That's going to make you satisfied with the routing of the wires. You can plug these into either one, it doesn't matter because it's all ran by a switch. So we can go ahead and connect. The other side. Connect the passengers. Now we just need to zip tie everything into place. Okay, and so for your last step, after you run your wiring harness and you have them secure with the zip ties provided in the hardware, you're going to go ahead and put on your negative and positive terminal on your battery, which takes a 10 millimeter for your standard battery terminals. However, my negative cable does have an aftermarket terminal on there. Switch over. 10 millimeter on. And there also is a little washer, which we remove that as well. Get your positive on first. Put your washer over the top. Get your 10 millimeter. Start it back on. And go ahead and tighten it down. Big step on the back of your negative. Get started. Nice and snug. Nice and neat. All right, now that we have completed everything, let's see what it looks like with the LED lights on. Now it's just time to go ahead and get our grill back in place and our top plastic cover. So go ahead and grab your grill. I got 4 10 millimeter nuts. I'm going to install straight across. Go ahead and get those started. Next purchase from AmericanTrucks will be a grip. And then just get our top plastic piece put back into place with our clips. Slide up your holes. Grab your 8 clips.
All right, that wraps up our review and install of the Barricade Extreme HD modular front bumper for the 2007 to 2013 Silverado 1500s. And for all things Silverado, keep it right here at American Trucks.